Well, good morning on Thursday, September 11th. We have been making great progress on the 1956 Cowhide Palomino. The bottom sides all finished. The top sides have been sanded and primed and have their first couple of coats of top paint on. Right now we are bleaching the Avodire decks and the hatch panel. If you remember in an earlier video we talked about the fact that the varnish on the Avodire was original and we were hoping to save it, but what we discovered is that the aft hatch had a series of splits in it, and we just couldn't leave it that way, and we had to release individual boards so that we could glue them back together. And here you see the result: no splits, but also no original finish. So today we are bleaching them blonde again, and John can talk about the process he's going to go through to do this.
Well, we had to strip it, and then we had to sand it.
Sanding Avodire is fun, right, John?
Yeah, it's extra hardwood. And we had a few bungs that we had to replace and refill. And we got all that done. We were trying to get it a little closer back to the color that was underneath the centerpiece in the front and under the lights. And we put 2 or 3 coats of bleach. We'll be able to bring back some of the original whiteness of the wood.
The directions and everything I read online suggests that you apply the bleach, let it dry, and then if it hasn't bleached enough, you put a second coat on. Well, that's not the Snake Mountain Boat Works way.
What we do is we put a coat of bleach on, and while the wood is still wet, we keep soaking it with bleach and let it go 2 or 3 coats of wet bleach while the wood hasn't dried. And then as the bleach dries in, it whitens the wood a lot better than if you just put a coat on it and let it dry and then put another coat on. Because if you put a coat on according to the directions and you don't like the way it bleached, you put another coat on, you still don't like the way it bleached, then you can do a 3rd coat of just one of the parts of bleach, which is supposed to be really strong, and then that supposedly bleaches you through to a lighter color, and then you have to neutralize it with water. So then you're inhibiting water into your program also. So what I try to do is I use extra bleach in the first round, and it usually comes out.
So we will keep the bleaching process going, and by sometime next week we'll probably have a video introducing you to the Cowhide Palomino all put back together. So we will keep the bleaching process going,